Yo, yo, so what up, though? We're at a little different location here. Just did a little bit of little holiday shopping back there. Got a couple little trinkets. So anyway, Jack, you've been tripping this morning. Had to beat his little butt. He ended up leaving the yard. Went down to go see his little girlfriend, I guess. That ain't cool. You gotta stay in the yard, boy. You hear me? Jack, you hear me? Alright, so look, hey, give me some dap. Give me some dap. Give me dap. Alright, cool. We have a good little run. We had a little different location, y'all, today. One of my favorite little cemeteries. All nice and peaceful. You know, I guess as a cemetery should be. I don't know if there's a such thing as a cemetery with some racket. But anyway, peace out. Oh, can I unlock the door? Can I unlock the door? Peace.
The greatest men and women of all time, the greatest thinkers, the greatest mystics, the greatest philosophers, the greatest writers, the greatest poets have all stood in awe like standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon at the great concept that your life is what your thoughts make it. As Emerson said, you become what you think about most of the time. Earl Nightingale, in his Strangest Secret of Success, simply said that you become what you think about all day long. So what we have found is, going back to the law of correspondence, is that our outer world is merely a reflection or corresponds with our inner world. In computer language, they have an expression, GIGO, which means garbage in, garbage out. But it also means good in, good out. Now, if the human being was like an animal, and that we were programmed permanently and could never change our instincts and our responses, then we would have no hope. But the good news is that everything that we have learned, we can unlearn. That everything that has been programmed into us can be deprogrammed and can be overridden with new programming. And what we're going to talk about in this session is really the most important thing I've ever discovered in the history of success. And everything comes up to it and goes away from it. Margaret Mead called this the greatest breakthrough in the discovery or in the examination of human potential in all of human history. Perhaps the greatest breakthrough of the 20th century. It summarizes what 100 years of philosophy and psychology have done into a very simple concept. And once you have this concept, your life is forever different. It's not easy, and no honest person will ever tell you that anything is easy. But it is eminently achievable if you want it badly enough and you're willing to work hard enough. Well, so here's what we say. We say managing yourself and others for peak performance. This is the essence of raising happy, healthy, self-confident children. It's the essence of building a peak performance work environment, of being a superb manager of a world-class sales force, of being a top salesperson, a top parent. It's really the essence of excellence as a human being. And we say, number one, your self-concept is the master program of your subconscious mind. It's the master program. Now, you know what MS-DOS is. MS-DOS is an operating system. It's like Windows is an operating system on top of MS-DOS. All programs run on that operating system. Your self-concept is your operating system. Everything that you produce on the outside is determined, modified, affected in some way by your self-concept. You cannot change what is being produced on the outside without changing your operating system. So that's the first thing we know. Second, we say you always perform on the outside based on how you think on the inside. You always perform on the outside based on how you think on the inside. Now, there are laws. The law of belief says that your beliefs become your realities. But the things that you believe may not necessarily be true. However, if you believe them intensely enough, they will become true for you. The law of attraction says that you attract into your life people and circumstances in harmony with your own thoughts. And your own thoughts may be positive or negative. They may be uplifting or depressing, but whatever, you will attract people and circumstances just like them. The law of expectation says that your expectations tend to become your own self-fulfilling prophecies. In other words, what you expect to happen usually does. And if your expectations are based on false information, so you have false expectations, that's what will happen anyway. For instance, your expectations could be that you are destined to have an extraordinary life and be extremely successful. Is that no matter what happens, it's all part of a learning process that is leading you inevitably to great success, happiness, and accomplishment. And if you absolutely expect that to be true, if that's your fundamental belief, then over time that will become true. You'll be able to throw off the ups and downs of life. You'll be able to ignore the negative influences around you. If you confidently expect to be a great success, then by gum, you sure will be. No matter what people tell you, you just say, well, it'll be all right. Everything will work out fine. And we know that an attitude of confident expectation is a hallmark of highly successful people. They just expect to succeed more than they fail. They expect to be liked by others more often than they're disliked. They expect to learn from every difficulty that they have. They expect to keep making progress. They just confidently expect it. And surprise, surprise, your expectations affect your realities. What you experience on the outside is determined by how you think on the inside.
Y'all happy to see each other? Y'all not happy to see each other? She come on over trying to be a bully. You know I'll mess you up, boy. You know I'll mess you up, boy. You know I'll mess you up, boy. You know I'll mess you up. You know I'll mess you up, boy. You know I'll